Radio. Shout it.
What's happening? Of course, you know it's your folk, Beehive Radio shouting, stepping in the building. I got some of the greatest producers of all time in this thing. Beats by the pound. What's good with it, fam?
Well, first I got to represent. I have to represent. I'm sorry.
Come on with it. Cass. Yes, sir.
Come on.
I ain't mad at that.
Don't play with me.
It's good to be back
Don't
in the
play
building.
with me.
Exactly. Glad to have y'all back in this thing. So now, I mean, fellas, out here in these streets making it do what it's supposed to. What the hell is going on with Beats by the Pound right now?
Let's start with Kel.
The doc.
Ooh. What's happening?
We out here working on it. That's the reason why we out here. First, Mobile was telling me it's about that time that I got in there with you.
Yeah.
Because he did it with you already.
Exactly.
And he said, you had my mic hot waiting for me.
For some years now, KL. Yeah. For some damn years, nigga.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
We out here working, man, and promote my album.
Yeah.
And just out here to put that work in. We wanted to just get out into another atmosphere. Sphere to work. And you had to come here.
So now, when it comes to the documentary, fellas, piecing everything together, getting ready to tell y'all story, what has that been like, just going through the memory museums in this thing, trying to figure out what is it that you want to put out, what is it that you want to keep to yourself, or is this just the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Well, honestly, man, we are, of course, Cuz put out, the docu-series, the No Limit Chronicles of BET. He did his thing. He told his part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're going to tell our side, but for the most part, we're going to celebrate all the contributions that we made to the culture itself. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, of course, we came together under the umbrella, but me and KL, we decided to become a team in the first place, and we created the Beats by the Pound brand. You know what I'm saying? So we want to celebrate those accomplishments, the brand, and everything that we did before, during, and after the No Limit experience,
When we talk about the accomplishments, though, man, we're talking about these records that got sold. I mean, is there any other production team that's moved as many units as Beats by the Pound?
I'm going to tell you like this here. When you get down to the point of doing the numbers, what is it they say if men lie, women lie, but numbers don't?
That's right.
So if it's based on numbers, because what you like is an opinion based on music, food, clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just your taste.
Yeah.
But the numbers is, that's not, you can't, that's just self-explanatory. So when you look at 26 albums in 1 year, over 20, and 20 is the minimum, so I'm going to just stay at 20 songs per album. You multiply that's like 520 songs a year. That's just 98, not 95, 96, 97, and 99.
Yeah.
So when you look at it from that point, and you're going to based off careers, based off the work you put in, who did more than that?
Oh man, you even look at KL and Manny. They've been doing the DJ verses. I just did something in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
And they did one a couple of years ago. One here, one in New Orleans.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey man, and Manny even said his own self. Said, but is KL gonna stop? Because he's playing stuff from that catalog, man.
Yeah.
And he's missing songs. Right. Some that they ain't even playing. And not to mention this guy here, Don Juan, will make it proper introducing to him.
Yes, sir.
He's from Full Pack, which is a legendary production team which is our brother. You know, we don't hate. We have a fraternity of beat makers and producers and stuff like that. They took over after we left No Limit. You know what I'm saying? He did the Shake It Like a Dog, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? DJ Big Fest. You know what I'm saying? He was the second half of them. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, the body of work speaks for itself, man. Like, you know, I mean, we work from can't see in the morning.
Can't see.
You know what I'm saying? So we got it in, man. You know, so.
Can y'all speak to me about that zone that y'all was in, though, man? What was it like having all of those creative producers on deck, all of those artists on deck, and being in that zone? And what was it that kept y'all locked in for so damn long? Because we're talking about year-long zones. Some people go into a zone for a week. Some people go into a zone for a month, maybe a year, but not 5 years straight of just going crazy. What was that zone like, fellas?
I'm going to tell you like this here. We gonna touch the music and production part last. Mm-hmm. People don't realize what was put in between.
Yeah.
Like, we mixed our own records. We engineered our own sessions. We troubleshooted to where, like, if we're in the middle of a session and a machine broke, we pulling one out, putting it on the table, putting another one in.
Talking about the ADAS.
Yeah, and while we putting another one in, we have one of the other Beats by the Pound members cleaning that one and fixing it, and then changing another one out in another room, and they don't see that part of it. They just look at production. I mean, like, when we got in that zone, it's nothing that we couldn't do. We fixed our own equipment when it broke.
We wired it up. We wired it up.
We wired our own studio up. We did our own beats. We never, No Limit. Outside of DJ Darryl, K-Lou, there's a few, with Full Pack, my brother Don, but at the moment at No Limit, we didn't get outside production. You know what I'm saying? And so we had to handle the load for everything that came with making, recording, mixing, and engineering a record.
And not to mention A&R.
And A&R.
We A&R that thing. You know what I'm saying? We brought in a lot of that talent. A lot of it came through KL, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll say the bulk of it came through KL. Like, so for, who all came through you, bro?
Mystical, Serve, Soulja Slim, Fiend, Mac. Like, there's pretty much, outside of Fiend and Mac, the rest of them was on my label. So when I came to No Limit, all of that came with me. Because Soulja Slim had a chance, the opportunity to go with Cash Money.
Ooh.
It's knowing like, nah, Funky B, wherever you going, that's where I'm going.
Speak on Soulja Slim and a young soldier coming into the game and you recognizing his talent early on, man. What kind of artist was he early on? And did you know that he was a legendary person in his own right?
Slim was a bounce artist. But back then, bounce was gangsters that didn't know how to rap, but they wanted to make music. Bounce was, it's not what the twerking and shaking shit you see now. It was about niggas on the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that beat. And they bouncing gangster shit. It's like you had the twerking and shit that came, it kind of played its way in it, but it wasn't dominant. Like when you look at Soulja Slim, Juvenile, UNLV, any artist that was the shit, Mystical probably was the only one that really didn't go there. You know what I'm saying? But when you came from New Orleans, in that era, when we came dealing with P, you did a bounce record. But the thing with Slim was how I found out, like, because I used to always DJ in the Magnolia Project. So one time he just came up there. I was on the tier, because it was 2 floors. So I was up there on the balcony and I was DJing, and he said he wanted to get on the mic, so I gave him the mic. And so when he got the mic, I started running the records, and he squatted all the way down so nobody can see him because they were looking up. So he was rocking it.
Yeah.
And so they was looking up there trying to figure out what record that was, and then I pulled them up, and they saw it was Slim, well, Magnolia Slim at the moment.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, that's Slim. So they was rocking off, and I said, look, come by me and we're gonna start making real records. And the moment he came by me, that was it.
Rest in peace, Slim, man.
But at that time,
sir.
you know, Mystical was always back and forth from the military.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mac stayed literally around the corner. Fiend from the 17th, but his mama was like down the street from Mac.
Yeah.
Juvie was in a Magnolia. If you felt like taking a 5-block walk, Juvie was right down the street. You know, you got to look at the Magnolia and the Callio and the Melpomene. These projects are walking distance from each other.
Yeah.
They were that close. So, you know, pretty much everything uptown in the basement where we started, where we recorded the Bout It album at, was where my mom's house was and my grandmother's house. So everybody had to come there just to be in there. That's when Baby and P first met each other. And they was talking about working together. I'll never forget. I just made the Bout It beat. And Baby came in there with Skullduggery. P was in there with Silk and I think it was Silk. I think it was just Silk. Probably King George. And I had 6 Shot and Magnolia Slim already. And it was all up in that freestyling off the Bout It beat. And I never, as soon as we finished, P and Baby walked outside the basement, stood at the foot of the driveway and was talking. Like, you know, having real good casual conversation about, you know, making shit happen.
Exactly. Talk to me about that early time before everything started to, you know, blow up and stuff like that. What was that like, just having these artists and everybody having their dreams and aspirations? Did y'all feel like this was going to be something that was going to go crazy, or was this just, you know what, we working together trying to get this movement started? Wherever the wind takes us, we going to land there.
Man, we was jamming. See, that's all we had a vibe, man, and it was authentic. We knew that we had something that was true to us and it belonged to us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you look at New Orleans itself historically, man, it's where culture began. You know, it's the creator of culture. You know what I'm saying? And we just did things our way. But so far as we already knew eventually that it was going to pop off. We didn't know when, but we knew eventually it was going to pop off. But after you have the likes of Percy Miller, you know what I'm saying, Brian Williams, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bruh, those brainiacs right there, man, we got to tip our hats off to them, you know what I'm saying? But they everybody made their contribution. The hustle was relentless, man. The whole attitude was relentless. And the talent, man, the plethora of talent just coming in off the parkway from the Magnolia to the Callio to Valence, you know what I'm saying? All uptown. The Melpomene, you know what I mean? Even some downtowners, man. You know, Manny from downtown, you know what I'm saying?
And Magic.
And Mia. And Mia, yep. He had this guy by the name of Gregory D. You know what I'm saying? Him and Manny Fresh were the first ones to really just put the New Orleans twist and gave it personified, you know, New Orleans hip-hop version of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? And Bounce came out of that. So we knew we had something that was special to us that we had to offer the world. But, you know, we knew that New York was claiming it as their own. We didn't give a fuck. It was like, you know what, we going to do us, you know what I'm saying? We going to do us, and that's always been New Orleans. We know just like gumbo, just like etouffee, just like red beans and rice, crawfish, you know, and it was a tourist attraction anyway. We knew it just one day that was going to pop off. But to the magnitude, nobody saw that. Nobody really saw that.
Putting beats by the pound together, though, fellas. I mean, all of these cold-blooded producers coming together and jamming, okay? What was that like with that synergy between all of y'all? Because all of y'all brought it in y'all own right and in y'all own lane at the same time. But then y'all would come together on different tracks and take that to a whole nother level too. So what was that like just on the production side and the camaraderie and the chemistry between everybody in the pound?
Well, it was more like First of all, Beats by the Pound was more like when we first got with P, because my start with No Limit happened in Atlanta at Jack the Rapper, the last one. That's where we started, because we came up here to Shop Serve on demo tape, and that's when they had the Death Row Luke Skywalker fight. I watched that shit with my own eyes.
Damn.
I saw it when it took place, when they met at the escalator. I saw it. So when anyway all that happened, everybody was all over the place. So when it finally, kind of, chilled out, me and Sir was outside, and Serv and C knew each other, because they used to ball together. And I think at Napoleon Park, and P was with him. So P hollered, and it's just so funny that before P came up there, he must have been in New Orleans, so he had a stack of CDs. So we gave P a demo, and he was like, well, what's going on, what y'all doing? And he was like, sir, man, I got this label popping, No Limit Records, man, want you to come aboard. And sir was like, well, my no, the EXD, he asked him, man, do you know the dude who did the beats on this CD? The CD was EXD, Extreme and Deadly. And one of the guys that was on No Limit, Full Blooded, he was one of the artists in the group. So Sir started laughing, and people was like, well, what's funny? And he was like, yeah, that's the guy right there made all the beats. So he was like, well, Sir, won't you come up to No Limit, man, and we got some things going, and we get things moving. So Sarah was like, well, if my producer can't come, don't worry about it. So he looked at Serve, then he looked at the beat, the CD, then he looked at me, and he was like, nah, fuck it, man, let him come, you know what I'm saying? And so, and that's when, I was back and forth doing court shit. So when we got the invite to come up, I couldn't make it because I had to go to court. And when all of that got straightened out, I flew up there. He flew me up there, and that's when I met Moby. Because me and Moby was, we had our local things before we started dealing with P. And so we had a show in Morgan City, and that's when I first met Moby, because they just had like we just got the MPC 60, and we was bringing it on the road, and that's when we met, you know what I'm saying? And, we chopped it up, and just ironically that Moby and P is related. So Moby was up there, and when I got up there, we were like,
what you doing?
What the fuck you doing up here?
Yeah.
Right, and he was like, nah, man, P my cousin, and all that. And I'm like, okay, for real. So we wasn't Beats by the Pound then. We were just two niggas up there, you know what I'm saying? Right. But the thing was, though, it came to the point where, from that one trip, wound up staying up there a whole year. And so the whole thing was, while we was up there, me and Mo were like, man, fuck, we need to try to make some money while we up here.
Yeah.
So we like, Mobile idea was like, well, fuck, man, let's get some business cards made. And then Mobile was like, man, shit, let's just start a team. And I think Mobile said the Pound, and I was like, nah, Beats by the Pound. I said the Pound. Oh, it was reversed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he came up with part of the name, not came up with part of the name, and we got some business cards, and P got a hold of one of the cards that we made for us, and he saw him. Then the next day he came with Beats by the Pound on No Limit cards.
Yeah. Then he started saying, I got Beats by the Pound.
Yeah. And that's how it started.
That year in California, what was that like in them early stages, just working together and just kind of piecing No Limit together at that time?
Oh, man. We had first, let's start off with Three Niggas in the Broad.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, Big Ed, rest in peace, was already up there. He was already part of the outfit. King George was up there. You know what I'm saying? And there's this guy by the name of Tobin, Constant. I'm saying he was the manager at that time. So we was grinding. Silk was up there too. And C was coming back and forth from New Orleans. So, it was a family affair. We had uptown, we had downtown in there, and we just was cooking up gumbo. You know, me and Mama would fly in and out, rest in peace, Miss Rowe, and Mia would cook for us and stuff like that. And you know, it's just the whole vibe, the whole experience, the food, everything. We just brought New Orleans with us. We brought Louisiana with us, and we just did us up there, bro. You know? And we was, you know, like we was in survival mode because, you know, P was grinding, you know, just trying to make sure the label stayed afloat and stuff like that, going out there doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? We met a couple of people, you know, like we met K-Lou out there. We just got interwoven with the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? And with Pen and Pixel and, got industrious, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We did more than just the production side, but we saw the business, we saw the street promotion side of things, and saw how the real grind go, man. Like, this was way before the internet, you know what I'm saying? Way before social media. This was a lot of legwork. It's a lot of work that goes into it outside the actual creative side of things. So we actually got to see the business for real. And because a lot of what people don't know that the independent game comes a lot from the Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
You know what
that's
I'm saying?
Where P bought. That's where he learned it from.
He learned it and then put the Southern twist on it. Because, you know what I'm saying, like Bay Area had the business, but they didn't necessarily have, I mean, they had Pac, they had E40, they had Too Short, you know. Shout out to all those guys. EA Ski, all those guys, man. Delta Funky Homo Sapien. But we brought New Orleans to the game with that hustle.
Answer me this, JT the bigger figure.
Oh, JT, he had a lot to do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because he's a strong business mind as
man.
well. So what was it like when y'all came across that young guy at that time and him putting his stamp and his stain on the game as well?
Oh, man, JT just was a real dude, man. He
right.
was a real soldier from shout out to JT. We know him real well, man. I think he's out here now.
Yeah, well, I think he's in Africa now. He was out here for a minute, but he doing his thing in Africa.
Yeah, he was helping create a water source or something.
Yeah, he was out there getting busy.
I saw that.
But that dude's hustle, man, just, I mean, like I'm saying, P learned a lot from that area, and I think JT is one of the ones he learned from, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? But, man, JT had a lot to do with, you know, the grind, the hustle, the streets, you know what I'm saying? And he just showed the San Francisco. I think he's from Frisco. I don't know what part he's from. I know he's from Frisco.
The Bay, somewhere in
he's
there.
from Frisco.
The Bay.
Yeah.
But man, you know, he was part of the West Coast Bad Boys. P was dealing with them, Seabo and all them out there, you know what I'm saying? And he just showed us, he welcomed us big time, man. He was a good welcome committee for us up there, man. He made things real smooth for us, man. He really contributed to that, man.
Exactly. So now when it came time for that West Coast Bad Boys project, what was that like putting that down on the West Coast? Y'all some down south hustlers, but y'all say, you know what, let's do this West Coast Bad Boys thing.
Well, it was like when we did that, we came in on part 2.
Yeah.
We wasn't there for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But he decided that he wanted to do a second one, and he just basically, like, we did No Limit Records on the, because you know P have his ties in Richmond, so he still had his Bay Area ties of being there, and we just when he put it together, he just came to us for what he needed for that. That was probably one of the albums that we probably didn't have to dominantly produce.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
dude was like king of the compilations, man. I mean, God, man, the double CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was a good, man, this dude was a good, should I say, delegator to finding talent, and especially for the underdogs. You know, the underground, he stayed true to the underground, like I said, Beats by the Pound. Haters get clowned, gone worldwide, but true to the underground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That true to the underground part, man, because, you know, he was always, like they say, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he just put people on, man. But yeah, man, he just was should I say, a big advocate for, you know, combining a lot of talent and putting them all on one. If you really listen to all the No Limit albums, they were all compilations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every last one of them. So
Down south hustlers, man, when y'all were able to get back to the real Southern music, what was that like when it came time to put it down for the South?
Now that
Man,
My
Mr.
no, you go because
it was already going.
no, you brought UGK to the table, so let's start with that.
Come on with it now. You got to talk about UGK now, Moby.
UGK was pretty much like the closer
Uh-huh.
of it because he had already had a lot done.
Yeah.
And he had so many people on there. UNLV, Partners in Crime. Did he have Partners in Crime on
Yes,
there?
Partners in Crime.
You know what I'm saying? And Slim, he had so many people on 8-Ball MJG. You know what I'm saying? And even the Dayton family. I don't know what Dayton, Ohio got anything to do with the South. I guess once again, P wanted to put people on.
Yeah.
But anyone, because nobody really listening and took the Midwest real, serious. But a lot of our kinfolks are in the Midwest, like St. Louis and Chicago and Detroit. So I guess it made sense. You know what I'm saying? But man, we were working on it. It was pretty much finished. People about to turn the album in. We were in Frisco. And via this group like Kel was talking about earlier, how we met, he had Parkway Pumping Records, 3-9 Posse, and I had,
It was 3-9 Posse, lay out to get the Gat record.
Yeah.
Mystical, Slugged Up Nigga, Big Slack, Serve, I hope I ain't forgetting nobody. Hound, yeah.
Hound, yeah.
But we, it's like pretty much, the roster of No Limit came from that.
Yeah, from that project.
My
and
God.
I had Critical Condition, you know what I'm saying, CC Waterbound. You see, and we were working on our third installment. By that time, I was living in Wichita, Kansas, you know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Money, you know what I'm saying? He was my partner in crime with Critical Condition, you know what I'm saying, that we started that in Morgan City, Syracuseville to be exact. And we put that together, and when I was in Wichita, Kansas, he hired Bun B and Pimp C for production and ghostwriting. You know what I'm saying? For the third Critical Condition, you know what I'm saying? By that time, I became the member that pretty much had, I wouldn't say departed, but I had to go on and live my life, you know what I'm saying, and keep things going, you know what I'm saying, and keep money coming in my pocket.
Yeah.
And, pursue my education, you know what I'm saying, up there. So while I was up there doing that, he got 2 other guys from Thibodaux, Louisiana, and he kept the name Critical Condition going. And he also was promoting shows down in Thibodaux, and he hired Pimp C and Pimp C and Bun B and UGK to do a show out there. And then they exchanged information, and he hired them for that last project as a result of that.
Yeah.
Him, my fraternity brother, EW3. So when they started working on that third CC Waterbound project, CC Waterbound is the name of the project, but the name of the group is Critical Condition. So when I was in Kansas, and I think I'm tripping. I was already in the Bay Area. He said, Dick, that's what they call me. That's Moby Dick Compton. He got in contact with me. He said, Dick, bro, we doing this project, man. We got UGK on the project, man. He said, man, I just can't do it without you, bro. I got to keep that sound. So, you know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm going to fly you wherever you at, man. I'm going to fly you to Dallas. We're working on it in Dallas recording studios. And that's where I first met Bun B and Pimp C. I was always a fan of their music from Pocket Full of Stone, even before that, when they was on that, remember that first UGK cassette? I forgot the name of the first project.
Hard to Swallow.
No, before that. I forgot the name of the project, but it was with a local poet author project. But anyway, man, flew me out there to Dallas. I got to meet them and bond with them and gel with them. And we didn't co-produce or do songs together. We produced music on the same project. So we met it up, chopped it up and stuff like that. And we exchanged numbers and stuff. We just kept in contact, you know what I'm saying, after that. And I think at the time I had left from the Bay Area to go back to Wichita and go take care of some business. And while I was out there, like I'm saying, they flew me from Wichita there. And then after that was done, I flew back to, P flew me back to the Bay Area, and we went out there and continued to work on the Down South Hustlers. After working, like KL said earlier, we were working on so many projects, Mia X, Trey 8, all that type of stuff. But anyway, so working on the Down South Hustler project, And I told Cuz, I'm looking at the roster and everything. I heard a lot of music. I said, Cuz, how you gonna do a Down South Hustler project without UGK?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
you gotta have UGK on there, man.
Yeah.
So he said jokingly, like, condescendingly, like, said, so you got a number on him? Or say, by the way, I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pull out the number and call him and stuff like that, and his face was like, oh, he knew him. This nigga know him. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, cuz, you know what I'm saying? So we did the business, man. He talked to him and chopped him up. They was on the next thing smoking in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then that's when the first song me and Pimp C co-produced was called Play It From the South Stack G's.
My God.
You know what I'm saying?
My God.
You know what I'm saying? King George actually the one who came up with that hook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, King George came. You could hear his voice, that little grimy voice.
I never
Play
knew
It
that.
From the South Stack G's.
Exactly.
People like, yeah, King, going on lay that. put that on right there, you know what I'm saying? But it started off with the bass line, you know what I'm saying? Dum. He said, Dick, that was Pimp C. He said, Dick, play something. He had the big long sonic keyboard. He had the R8, the infamous R8 drum machine, and he synced them both. I never saw nobody syncing the thing the way Pimp C. That boy was a genius, man.
Yeah.
But so I started playing the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. He said, yeah, Dick, that's it right there. He said, hold on, play it one more time, Dick. So he started, he put the metronome on, and then he synced it to where he was able to play it on one key. That the riff that I just played, he was able to play it on one key and sync it, and he put the drums behind it, and I put another keyboard melodic riff on. Boom, boom, boom. And then while we doing that, King George, play up on the South Stack G. Yeah, King, go lay that. And that's what started that. So we doing things pretty much. That was the prequel. What I just said.
Yeah.
But everything was done a lot. KL, like you said, all the time that he brought to it was already done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he could tell you what happened before that, but that's where UGK came in. You know what I'm saying?
When we think about y'all working with UGK and stuff like that, other songs, The Kick Though, Break 'Em Off Some and stuff like that, I mean, I need the damn backstories, fellas, because those are some of my favorite songs of all time. Now, you done gave me that Players from the South, KL, A Kick Though.
Well, it's like, first, Pimp is not a selfish producer.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
So when I came, because I got there, when I got there, Pimp was already, he was just getting up from behind the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, I walked up in there and said, Kale, come do that drum shit you do. Come put that up on there, right? So everything was pretty much done. But the drums.
Yeah.
As soon as I walked up in there, they Kale, come do that drum shit you do, man. So I'm like, you want to put it's just the fact that he wanted me to do the drums.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, all right, cool. So I went up in there, I did my thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's it. Because I was waiting for him to tell me, nah, I don't do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did my thing with the drums. See, that's it. So when we went to record it, we laid all the vocals. And when it came down to mixing, this is what I learned from him. I was mixing the vocals, right? And I was doing his. And I was about to put some reverb shit on the ad-libs. And I'm like, what you doing? I'm like, about it, just he said, nah, I don't do that shit. Because he said, he's just said, take the left reverb, take the reverb and just pan them. And when you do that, that gonna be a effect itself. So I'm like, I ain't get it. So you like turn the vocals up, take them two, pan them all the way about this much, and just turn them up about that much. And when I did it, I pushed back and I listened to him like, God damn, I never thought of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what he was doing is like, they will have this effect that they'll put on that called like a spread. And he said instead of putting the goddamn effect on it, it's already a spread. That's why I laid the two vocals. So when you pan them like that, you're going to hear the vocals and you're going to hear a spread by him saying it in this ear and that ear. and then the lead went up there.
Yeah.
So I listened to that shit. I was like, God damn, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And ever since that moment, that's how I mix all my records.
Boy, the genius, man. I'm telling you.
Talk to me about just the production and the camaraderie between y'all and UGK as well, because I mean, when y'all would get in the studio with them boys, y'all made classic material every time. It hit every damn time,
right.
And it hit hard as it could possibly hit.
Yeah, man, I remember.
And it brought the best out of everybody else in the room too.
Right. I remember when we recorded, not Kick though, Down South Slang and Rolling with Them Hustlers, bruh. I never forget. Me and Craig B was in a studio when Pimp laid his vocals. He wrote his verses on a sheet of paper about this big. On two of them. He wrote them down and he was in a booth like this. I got the lady like playing by the keys. So he like this here and from here to here. And while he from here to here, he flipping it over on this hand. You know what I'm saying? He going back and forth. And he was like, bro, just that, I'll never forget that moment. He went up in there like this here. He had a black leather jacket on with a black hat looking like Run DMC. Know what I'm saying? And you know, he was like DMC because he had the glasses.
Yeah.
I got that cocaine lady by the key. And he running on this here verse. And before you know, he finished with that. Then he looking over here. And when he finished with that, he flipping the paper over on the other side with this one. And when he finished that, now he over there. Now he doing it with this one with the other one. I'm like, oh my goodness. And Bunny's in the corner laying, you know, just pinning it up, you know what I'm saying? And just that moment is something that I will never forget, bro. You know, I will never forget that shit because it was just so vivid just watching them in work mode, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Meal ticket.
Oh, man.
8 Ball and MJG steps in the room this time, no.
I got to just say, just for the record, so far, all the music that I had something to do with and produced, that's my trophy.
Oh, okay.
Because you just mentioned the name. You know what I'm saying? Master P, UGK, 8 Ball, and MJG.
All on the same record for the first time ever.
First time
Ooh.
ever. So, you know, I did the beat. Yeah, but I had no idea who all was going to be on. She said, cuz people like, you know, he put in his order. You know what I'm saying? I need something for the Down South Hustlers. No, that wasn't Down South. That was for the Body soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? So I just, got my zone. You know what I'm saying? You know, I definitely had UGK in mind. I had no idea 8 Ball and MJG was gonna get on it.
Yeah.
So I just, got into that zone, had that vibe. You know what I'm saying? And cooked that up right quick. P, you know what I'm saying? He was there in bars. So P, he's so spontaneous, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that pretty much with our music, we have that effect so far. What we do, the beat puts what I like to call the Holy Ghost in you. It make you say something.
Exactly. Make you say,
You ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Come on.
So that Holy Ghost got in him. And trying to get a meal ticket and him by bars right there, cosign, you know what I'm saying? And you can actually hear bars is on that hook, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying to get a meal ticket. That's him. But yeah, man, so, so I started cooking it up. I think Pimp C them were already there.
Yeah.
Pimp C, they came down. I think we had just finished Break 'Em Off something. That's another one I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying? Me and Pimp C, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But did that, you know what I'm saying? And Bun B, he wrote his first. No, Pimp C, my bad, Pete freestyled his first.
My partner gave me $50, put me in the game. That's how he felt?
Yeah, that's how he felt.
That's how he did on all his records.
You know,
Listen, when I say that, like, people may say that they don't write shit. They may not write it down, but they'll think about it and remember it.
No, this dude did it so.
He didn't write shit down because you gotta understand about this here, man. The way we was able to make records back then, and it become successful hit records is because we captured that moment, and when that moment came, we didn't let it go. To where, like, you could say that
documented.
I'm up in there making a beat, right? And everybody is in is in the lobby right next to the studio with the door open, right? And they could be up in there cracking jokes. Yeah, man, blah, blah, I went by this broad man, seen this, yeah, gummin out here, niggas start laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, gummin out here. Man, come on, let's go record that shit. And whatever beat was up, that's what it was going to be.
My God.
To where that moment, how you was feeling, if we would have waited to do it, it probably wouldn't have had that same effect.
Absolutely. And that's where Meal Ticket came from, man, because that beat spoke to him for him to say that.
Yeah.
Trying to get it. Because, his whole thing was, that was the mission. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I'm from the project. I don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I got to trying to get my family out. So that spoke to him, that experience, that reality spoke to him and said, made him come up and try. What is a meal ticket?
Yeah.
$1 million, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And something, you know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. And then everybody, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, P. Yeah, P. So UGK came and put their twist on it. And you got to understand the proximity, the geographical proximity between Port Arthur, Texas, Morgan City, because pretty much Port Arthur, look at I-10, that stretch right there. Port Arthur is like on the southeast portion of Texas. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at in close proximity, you got Lake Charles, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, Morgan City, Thibodeau, and New Orleans. That little stretch, and by the way, that was a infamous dope run.
Yeah.
A lot of people running a lot of dope through those days. You know what I'm saying? So we look at pretty much everybody along that stretch could be kin. So we had a nice little kinship going on right there. So we spoke almost the same language, but with a different twang. You know what I'm saying? But how that came together, man, it was just so ergonomically and natural, innate for us to just speak that language because everybody has similar experiences. So when Bun B say what he said, man, that dude there, bro. Oh my
I don't
God.
fuck around.
Bun is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And his baritone.
Exactly.
And just all those different tones, you know what I'm saying? Like each voice is an instrument. Pimp C with the high tenor, you know what I'm saying? P somewhere around in the tenor range, you know what I'm saying? Bun B definitely baritone, bass, you know what I'm saying? And all that just came together like a gumbo, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But what about when Ball and G came in there?
I was about to get there.
Oh, my bad.
They bought that shit all the way from Memphis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Still on that Mississippi, you heard me?
Yeah.
So, number one, I'm a big fan of A-Ball and MJG, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All the songs that they did, you know what I'm saying?
Off time.
Coming up hard.
Come on now.
God, bro. And just as, when I heard they were getting on the song, man, bro, I was like, oh my God, bro, I'm finally here. I've made it. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So it was a blessing, man, and just to even think that had the likes of those guys. I was already a big fan of UGK early on in the game. My cousins, it was just like being like in heaven somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like ghetto heaven somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all the contributions, everything they said. And let me tell you, almost like I think it was all one takes. It was all one takes. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no back
They
in
weren't
those
fucking
days. It
around.
wasn't no Pro Tool.
Yeah.
You had to come in there with it, ready to go, guns ready. Bullets already in the chamber, ready to fire the fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. When P set the subject matter, trying to get a meal ticket, it was like a no-brainer for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The beat was already there, and it just came together like pretty much miraculously, man.
Outside of that, what was some of y'all favorite studio sessions where y'all felt like it was going to fuck down in there? And you knew that whatever y'all exported out of that system was going to be a damn down south hip-hop legendary classic.
I think it was all of them. Kid, I'm going to explain. I think it was all of them.
It's two sessions that I can remember vividly, like right now. And that's when me and Snoop first worked together, and when I got that call from C for Down for My Niggas. But what the Snoop situation was, we got in the studio, right? I laid the beat out. Snoop got in the booth. And I hit record. And it ran for about 5 minutes without Snoop saying nothing. And I didn't say nothing. So I'm like, Snoop, what's up? You good? Snoop was like, nah, nephew, I'm just waiting for you to tell me what to do. So I'm like, that's it? They're like, yeah. So when he said that, I felt relieved because coming from Dre, and I hear his expectations of recording.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he gonna bring that here.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So when I found out it was that easy, Snoop just wanted to be produced.
Yeah.
He looked for the producer's guidance. He gonna get up in there and do his part. And you are his ears for the fuck-ups. Other than that, he just gonna go with it. Now when it came down for my niggas, this was probably the only record that I was able to do properly. Because nobody was there. Everybody was in California. So I'm in the studio. I get a call. Man, you hear these motherfuckers and see these motherfuckers on the TV talking shit? Call Magic, have a beat ready, I'm on my way.
Let's see, huh?
Yes. So I didn't get the picture.
Yeah.
Because I was in the studio, I wasn't watching TV. So I had this Isaac Hayes record that I was just making kits and chopping up.
Yeah.
So the minute he said that, whatever came from my head to my hands to that drum machine, that's what it was. I didn't give it a thought. So I had these records and I had these samples chopped up and I was just hitting the sounds just to get a feel of the sound that I sampled. And I just, because sometimes a producer can sit up there and go and just jump on the keys and just fuck around and hit something. You're like, God damn.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. And just record it. They don't always get down and just think, okay, I thought of that shit. Now you could come up on some dope shit just by like getting on the keyboard, just dancing through the keys, and you're like, oh, all right. And that's how I was down for my niggas. So I had all of these sounds tracked out, right? And now I was just going through the path and dun 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 dun, and it just that rhythm stayed with me. And I went to the next pad, I did the same thing. I'm like, okay, then I went to the next pad, did the same thing, and went to the next pad and did the same thing. But I gave thought into the drums though, but just that.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, now what kind of drums I'm gonna put to this bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first thing came to was, I always keep that 808 on lock. And that's with everything that we do on No Limit. The beat is the drive of the record.
That's right.
Always. So the only thing came to mind was, I had that going.
Yeah.
And I was like, they need to change. So I went to them fucking lows. And that bitch dropped. So I heard that. And I'm like, now they need a transition to come from the high bass to the low bass. So I'm like, I'm going to reverse that bitch. So I got the kick, the long kick. I sampled it and reversed that hoe. So when it was going doom, 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 that last bar transition, I hit that reverse. And I did it the opposite, coming back into it.
Yeah.
I remember
By the time I finished, by the time it took for C to get off the phone and made it to the studio, I was done with the beat. Magic came up in there. Keno was there too. Magic came up in there, and this is a trip part about it, because, he didn't allow smoking in the studio.
Yeah.
Snoop was the only one that smoked up in there that got away with that shit. But Magic was in there. I'll never forget. Magic came up in there, he heard the beat. She already laid the hook. And Magic heard the beat, he lit a cigarette. He was in the corner. Writing his verse. I read it. Oh, you know, I ride for my nigga. Ride for my nigga. Dude, ride for my nigga. Snoop Dogg and Boss Lady. No shit, bitch, call me what you need, man.
Believe it.
When he hit that bitch, C say, I'm going first.
He wasn't playing?
Right, so, you know, Magic, I had him set for second, and C came on that bitch. He said, I'm going to do the verse, I'm going to do the hook. He was like, fuck the mother nigga. And he was saying it low. And before and I stopped, he said, what? He said, man, just record me, bro.
Ooh.
So when he said that, he in his zone. He started saying it, and then it started escalating. When the beat dropped in full, that was it.
My God.
And then after that, that's when he laid his verse. I'm done. For more limit. Then all right, for the call. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. As soon as they laid that verse, Snoop. What's up, nephew? What up, KL? Say, nigga, listen to me. I'm gonna have the hardest song on your album, nigga. I'll tell you, say, I don't know, nephew. Dre gave me some banging ass shit. I say, Snoop. I didn't say I was gonna have the most banging shit on your album. I said I'm gonna have the hardest shit on your album. I called Silk. Silk, you need to get on the song, dog. And I like, he said, cool, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport. So as soon as we got off the plane, got our bags, got in the truck, I popped the tape in, the cassette. I played that bitch, it came on. Silk was like, dude, call me when you get a hit.
Oh, Sal.
It wasn't meant.
Damn.
Say it, but let me
Bruh,
tell you something.
hold on. This is the trip part about it, though. So when we got to the studio, we already had the symphony record done, but Snoop just didn't have his part.
Mm-hmm.
So Snoop did the symphony verse. But he never heard the Down For My Niggas record yet, other than what I told him on the phone. So after he finished laying his verse for the symphony, like, Snoop, we got this other one I was telling you about. Like, oh, nephew, let's do it tomorrow. And I was like, damn. And I was like, well, let me at least put it on tape for you.
Yeah.
If I would have never said that, let me at least put it on tape for you. Snoop, it probably, this record, we would know what it would be right now. But I threw the faders up on the board. No, I popped in the 8-dash for the new song. Threw the faders up on the board. The beat came on. That bitch dropped. Zoom. Boy, them motherfuckers with the crip walking in that studio. The niggas that came with Snoop stood by the door to come in the nah, you about to do this right now, my nigga. But the verse he laid first, we couldn't keep.
What the hell? KL.
Boz and them came up in there. Boz came up in there. Was it Boz? It was Boz and some of that shit. I know it was P, I think. It was one of them came up in there. No. It was, who in the fuck it was? But they came up and there was like, nigga, you know we shoot all our movies and our videos out here.
Go get a shot.
Nah.
Yeah.
We can't use this verse, my nigga. It's not that we scared or because we don't give a fuck. It's just the fact that this is where we work.
Yeah.
We're in California. Regardless how many niggas we bring, we are outnumbered out the gate.
Facts.
And the verse that you hear on this record now is the other one we had to go with.
My God.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna tell you what. When I first heard it,
Get that mic, Mo.
when I first heard it, bro, on that KL, boy, you know, did yourself on this one right here, bro. Say, bro, you got history. When I heard it was just the beat, man. I said, bro, what was on your mind? What was you going through, bro? You know, what was your experience?
Right.
who made you mad? So
He
you know,
was pissed off too.
it took years later. What he just told you how the energy that came through the phone from C Murder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Free C Murder. Let's
Yes,
get that out.
sir.
Right.
Free Mac. We still waiting on him to come home, man.
That's right.
But anyway, man, like I say, man, what happened? You know what I'm saying? I heard that beat. You know, he always. You talking about from No Limit Soldiers to About It.
Yeah.
KL always came with that heat, with them drums, you know, the cadence. You know what I'm saying? He's the cadence man. You know what I'm saying? The drum major. You dig what I'm saying? But that one there, that one. You know what I'm saying? Then. You know, Snoop old smooth ass, you know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? Real tough, smooth. Yeah, nephew, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't, you know, how in the world did he survive that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cuz came on with that, man. Like you said, C just came on with that and just did his thing on it. He had on his mind Magic, rest in peace, Magic, man, and Chastity. He did his thing, the tail in it. And like, bruh, how this dude? Like, how did he do it? He had to rewrite that shit. What happened?
Yeah.
He had to rewrite that shit.
Put it like this here. The verse.
Yeah, he was trying to go harder than C.
He went hard.
Yeah. He had to go
But
harder than them.
it was gonna come with consequences.
I feel you.
It was gonna come with consequences.
Bro,
And
it was too hard. It was too hard.
And you know the shit that we make, you know, hard is not a statement. But it comes to a point to where like this shit could lead.
Somebody got to die after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So-
we even have done that.
So
Even as a result
So,
of that.
and but I always try to get like a lot of artists to understand, like when you come for beats and productions from Beats by the Pound, we gonna give you that dope shit. But let us give you that shit that's gonna identify you. Our sound is our sound.
Yeah.
They may come in, they got fucking people toast bread in the oven. They put it in the fucking toaster.
Yeah.
They got a lot of ways to fucking toast bread.
Yeah.
But the bread gonna be toast. Don't question on how we do it. So my point is like, when people be like, man, make me one of them down for my niggas beat. I tried to, but I just realized you not that nigga to bring that out me like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that be the point to where, you know, to where like everything about No Limit, what we did for those artists came from the feel of those artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because just listen to Ghetto D, then listen to the TRU album.
Two totally different.
Two totally
projects.
different
Yeah.
albums.
Same artist.
You know what I'm saying? And that be the point to where I try to explain and just, you know, just let us be us. Don't come and say make me a beat. No, I'ma just let me make you your own shit.
Yeah.
So the same way you said I want to down for my niggas beat, the next motherfucker be coming to want to beat like what I did for you.
Exactly.
Shit, let me spin off of that right quick.
I'm here.
What he just said in a nutshell is like, see, it's a difference between a beat maker
Right.
and a producer.
That's right.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? That comes with the it's a lot of job descriptions that come with the production. But the thing is, like, we not no yes niggas in the first place. if you whack, we gonna tell you, say, bro, you got to go back. Nah, not on my beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how we are. Cause we just, you know, we put so much energy and pride and work into the beat. You know, like you said, we don't only just do the beat. We wire the studio up. We add on the artist. So we want to put our best work because our name is on top of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Not only our individual name, but the brand name, Beats by the Pound. We take pride in that. So, you know, what he just said, man, you know, when you really are a producer, you're going to make sure you bring the best out of the artist, and the artist's going to bring, it's a marriage. The
Right.
artist bring the best out of you.
When Snoop touched down at No Limit, what was that like for y'all? Because you already had mega stars on No Limit at that time, but those were homegrown stars that y'all done grew up with and worked with the whole time.
Right.
Now y'all got somebody from the outside coming in to the label that y'all got to work with just like you work with everybody else on the label.
Right.
But this guy is Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Right.
What was that like when he touched down?
Man, first thing P. Diddy was calling a meeting. First thing he said, everybody's not going to be on this record. Let's get that clear. And if you not told to come to the studio, don't come. Because you got to understand, Fiend and Mac was on so much of shit because they was in the studio and didn't leave.
Real talk.
A lot of the hooks on Ghetto D came from Fiend and Mac because they didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to Snoop, it's like that was the first thing. And you know who the first person Snoop clicked with?
Who?
Slim.
My God.
Favorite artist on No Limit.
Give it to him raw. Putting that project together. Soulja Slim going in there and blacking out through a whole album, just going crazy. What was that like, putting that project together for Slim?
Slim, all of the artists that were on No Limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came up and then recorded some shit and got in the booth and went in. Slim can't, he just spazzed out. It's just that simple. You know, Slim always talked to himself in second person. Like he'll sit up there and talk to you about him and like he's somebody else. Yeah, see that nigga Slim? Boy, look, I'm telling you, they ain't gonna be ready for that boy Slim. But he talk about himself. but the thing is, like when he come up there, Slim take from whatever happened on the streets to the record.
Oh my God.
It been like that ever since I was working with him before No Limit. Yeah, get out there, get in the streets. Some dumb shit happen. Funky beat, these niggas playing with me. Come on, man, I need to get up in there and record.
What do you call you, bro?
Funky beat.
Bro.
And that's how it was, bro. And it just so happened that it's just like people just don't understand like certain things, you know. It's like the Move Bitch beat. That was DMX beat.
My God.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Rest in peace,
man.
DMX.
Yeah.
That was his beat.
Wow.
When Fiend signed for Rough Rider, I sent Fiend some beats up there. They said send some shit, some more shit. And Jadakiss heard a beat. And by that time we didn't have the internet. So we had to fly in FedEx files, you know what I'm saying?
It's
so
crazy.
they heard the Jadakiss beat.
Yeah.
Nigga, you need to make some shit like this for X. That's when I did the Move Bitch beat. But back and forth with the Jadakiss stuff, he was at his deadline. So they were telling me to make changes and take this out and do this and do that and do that, which I didn't think, which I should have just sent the shit with all of it and then y'all take it out. But we just on the phone just going back and forth. Me, why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so in the process, they say, send some shit for X. Make some shit like this for X. And I made fucking Move Bitch. And the thing about it was, by us going through the situation with Jadakiss, and it didn't make the record because the time he had to turn his album in. And I just didn't send a beat for them for the X shit.
You was just like, fuck it.
I was like, I just didn't send it because I was just so pissed because I missed Jada record.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, Outkast was on tour and Luda was opening up for him.
Yeah, when we first met him.
When we first met him, he called me. Okay, I'm in town, boom, 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 want to get some beats from you, you know what I'm saying? So me and Moby drove from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, and I'll never forget, we met Luda at the trolley stop on St. Charles in a parking lot. We gave him a beat of CDs. We listened to him like, cool, cool, cool. So, so while we listened to the beats, all you heard was, ba, 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 ba.
Niggas is
Get me
dying.
up out of here, man. Look, man, I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
So Lou was like, man, I gotta get up out of here. Boom, 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 right? So Cuz said, man, just chill out, man. You gonna be good. You good. You with us. So, we stayed for about a few minutes, and Lou was like, nah, I gotta go. So I was like, all right, cool. So I gave him the CD. He called me the next day. The beat that I did for X. But the trip part about it was when I did it, when X passed on it, I gave it to Mystical, man. Boom. The beat, but they didn't have the hook on it, was just the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked Mystical out of not doing it because of the success of the Pharrell record. They wanted to stay in that lane. And so when Luda called me and was like, I found a beat, is this one open? It was that beat. And I'm like, yeah, it's open. He said, well, look, when I finish this tour, I'm going to come down there by you. Let alone, just think, we recorded Move Bitch in my house.
My God.
So, Luda came down. He knocked on the door. I let him in. He walked in there. He was like, oh, what's up? So I'm like, your girl them ain't coming? He's like, nah, man, I don't know them. They just gave me a ride from the airport. So we laid the record, right? And he was like, man, we got to get Mystical on this bitch. And it just, first thing, it hit me like he was meant to be on this record.
Yeah.
And it was Mystical idea that I-20 is on the record. From being lazy. Because Lula was like, well, what we gonna do with the third verse? And Mystical like, shit, don't you got one of your artists, man? You could, this is a good record to break them on, which was good.
Yeah.
Which was good, but that was just Mystical being lazy. He didn't want to do a third verse. He didn't want to do another verse.
That wasn't fair though.
Yeah.
Cause them
And,
boys smoked them verses on.
Right, and that was I-20 went in on that bitch. And it just, that's how that record turned out. And the thing about it was the last song on his album to have a video. He did 5 videos off that album. I remember, I never forget, Shaka told me that when they did the album, they turned the whole album in clean. When they was on their first video, Move Bitch was at 2,500 spins a week. When it was on the first video, and this was the 5th video.
Damn.
They shot a video out here, huh? They flew out there to shoot a video.
Yes, they did at the Bounce.
At the Bounce. At the Bounce, because that song was going crazy as hell in them clubs. And that was during that crunk era, too. So,
Right.
I mean, that song was crunk as hell.
But up-tempo.
Exactly.
Crunk was always slow, but it was up-tempo crunk.
Exactly. Now, that TRU album, fellas,
Which one?
the double CD.
The first one.
No, the double CD.
The first one.
No Limit Soldier.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? No, the first one was the
Well, no, the first one was the double.
The
The
one
first
me
one
and
was
you
true.
were first on.
Right. No. We gonna go to the first one. Like the
Okay.
first, we was the last one to get that the album was done already. So he was like, "Well, let's just get Mob and KL since they're up here. Let's just put a song on the album from each one of them." And you know what that song was? Fuck them hoes and bout it.
It became the weight of that album.
My God.
But that second album you were talking about, you talking about with the Ski Masters?
Yes, sir.
That was probably the most fun we had.
Double
recording
album, right?
Yes, sir.
How many songs was on that album? Almost 30?
It was-
That No Limit Soldier song, man, when everybody got on there and went crazy.
Oh, the remix.
What the hell was that like?
The No Limit Soldier, let me tell you. I remember this.
Talk to me.
He had them snares. That's when them infamous snares came up. That was on that first one, right?
Cadence and Rudiments.
He put them
That's it.
cadences on there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we come from a marching band.
Yeah.
Southern, Graham, you know what I'm saying? As St. Aug, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All them schools, all the high schools.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Shit, Fauché. He went to Kennedy. Him and Craig B went to Kennedy.
And Odell.
Let's go.
And Odell, yeah.
Yeah.
So we come from a band culture, the second line bands and all that type of stuff. I remember he was doing the beat. You know, we used to do a lot of stuff. We were lab rats all the time. I remember when he heard it. I remember he was doing the beat. He had the 808s going. He had them snares going, and P up in there. He was in the office.
Right.
I'll never forget it. He was in the office taking care. Cause the P wore many hats. The dude was, it was phenomenal, man. So he was up in there taking care of business, man. Kel just working on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Because Kel really wasn't even finished with the beat.
Right.
He had them piano. So I'm like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Then he had the drums going on there. Then he would he was dialing in the curves while one of them, one of the rollings or whatever. He was looking for another sound. P flew in there. Said, don't put no more sounds on there, bro. I'm going to do it right now. Don't put no more sounds on there.
That was on the remix.
No Limit Soldiers.
Right, that was on the remix, the one he talking about. What they had, the whole squad, the whole roster was on that, right? That's the one you talking
about. No Limit Soldiers?
Yeah.
I thought there was only one No Limit Soldiers, bro.
No, they did a remix. You talking about, that's what happened in the remix.
But you talking about the TRU album. TRU album.
Right, but he's talking about the remix, right, of No Limit Soldiers.
All I know, the same track that you talking about, that's the one I'm talking about with the damn piano, because I'm going to ask you about that piano, too.
But it was two different recordings.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to explain the difference between what you saying would happen on the second one.
No, I'll never forget it, my nigga. I'm telling you. I'm right there. I'll never forget, because that was like one of the, you're talking about my Monumental Sessions?
Yeah.
When I say I couldn't remember that was what I remember, because I'm like on the outside looking in. I'm watching this dude there doing the beat. And I'm watching, because I know he was in the zone. I seen him. He was in the zone. P was in the office. And he cooking up that beat. I'm telling you, it was already jamming. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm feeling, wait a minute. My cousin was feeling, what more could he do? It's already jamming.
Yeah.
With the drums and the piano. P ran in that mug and said, bro, don't put nothing else on that beat. I'm about to go. Then he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we No Limit Soldiers. I thought I told you we No Limit Soldiers. Freestyling, bro.
That man snapped.
He killed busting me low. What busting me low mean? I don't, till this day. I have no idea. I love my cousin, man. But it made sense because I'm the hardest motherfucker.
Come on.
I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he, like what I'm saying, like he called the Holy Ghost once again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? 6 inch girdle, all that. You know, he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was P, man. That was classic Master P, man.
Right.
And he set the tone for it. Like I'm saying, that No Limit Soldier, it was like our anthem. And it became our anthem after that, man, because when we would go do shows, you know what I'm saying? We would go in like 40-something deep. He flew all us out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd be on buses. And we would go out there, and that would be the chant. We No Limit Soldiers. Everywhere we went.
Started in Miami.
Started in Miami. Everywhere we went, but it became that anthem.
What about Mia X getting on that song and snapping too and just holding it down for the females, okay? Because there are not many females that can get on these songs with all of these gangsters and keep up and hold their own.
Mia put the pressure on all the niggas. Yep. The thing about it, the pressure came from is like this here. Each one of them had like their own Soldier record.
Yeah.
So, whoever Soldier song it was, they was going first and P was going to come after. Mm-hmm. Now what come after that is like, when you came after Mia on a record, she was the one, her and Mystical, man, that was the one that like, man, I'm going to go before them. Because it was always going to be to the point to where
they're going to kick your ass.
After their verse in, the energy was going to die.
My God.
You know, kind of like if you listen to Down for My Niggas, Snoop only performed. When Snoop performed that record, he don't do his verse. He do C verse and Magic verse. Sometimes he'll do his verse.
Yeah.
But see, like all of the songs mainly like with Mia is that when she gets on there, all attention is on her. So if you come after her and don't match that, you know, it's like the record it don't lose its energy, but it just changes the dynamics of Pete when he did the lineup of certain songs. He gave it to where like we don't want the record to lose nothing. You're gonna listen to this whole song. You're gonna listen to the whole song because back then we didn't have Pro Tools and shit to where we was able to edit and I'm gonna just keep this verse and take the rest. No, you had to play the whole record to get to this verse if you want to hear it. So that was one of the genius move to where when a lot of No Limit records came out, you know the whole record because you had to wait to hear what you wanted to hear. Like Mystical Close Out, Don't Make Them Say
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that was an extension from Bout It, because she tore their ass up on Bout It. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, Mia, she had a soprano voice. Mia, when she rapping, when she talking, it's two different people.
So when she get mad and she rap, it sound the same.
Oh my God. So when she did on Bout It, I think P, he just like when we did on with the UZK record, they wanted another version, another one of them. You know what I'm saying? What she did on Bout It was like, okay, y'all thought I said something on Bout It. What she did on No Limit Soldier, she said, okay.
Right.
I'll never forget this one line that she said, lyrical man eater. What? Lyrical man eater. You know what I'm saying? That means she eating everybody alive and whole that come before and afterward. We talking about a brilliant female, man. Shout out to Mia. Three niggas in the broad. That's our sisters from another Mr. and Mrs. Man. That girl to me, man, is like
ain't nobody fucking with
nobody
a female
fucking
wife.
with me.
That's
man.
true.
They can't fuck with her.
That's true.
Man.
There's not too many you could throw. I never forget when she did the Sprite commercial. All the females that was on that song, the only two stayed and wrote their own verses was Mia and Roxanne Shante. Everybody else had to leave and come back or wait for their writer to come.
Damn.
They booked a studio session for all of them to write this record.
Yeah.
Everybody left except her and Shante.
Is there a heaven for a gangster?
The first Beats by the Pound record collab ever.
That record was a whole mood right there because when that track comes on, it just takes you somewhere, okay? And then P come on there and he snaps. And it's just something that makes you wonder, is there a damn heaven for a gangster?
Right. By that being like our first Beats by the Pound collaboration, I'll never forget how it started was Craig B. Craig B had the bass line. And you came, we'll put the strings up in there. And it was just passed down like, okay, what they said, now I'm finished with it. Now you hit it. So that's basically how that beat was.
Yeah.
Craig B did what he think. He did what he did. Passed it to me. I did what I did. Passed it to Morbid. And the thing about it, it wasn't a question about who gonna do what part.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
It
did
was
it.
pretty much understood.
We're like
It was
ants.
pretty much understood because it's like when you look at Beats by the Pound the whole, we all know we don't have no weaknesses.
Yeah.
But we know our strengths. Like everybody know like my best asset is drums. Morbid, his just string arrangements and chord play, him and Odell. Craig B, he make the best line, the best bass line. Like his bass lines is
Ridiculous.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like when we get up in there and we do we think and Carlos good on the keys too. But it's like when we get up in there and we have to do a collab situation on the beat, it all be about who come up with the idea that's gonna start it first. And they just do their part. And they just whoever up next.
Swamp Niggas.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that record was that big.
What? Oh my God.
That was one of those records that just kind of hit folks, and it was that New Orleans sound too, because you weren't gonna get that nowhere else but on some No Limit music. So that was one of those kind of songs that stamped the sound as well.
Swamp Niggas, see, we was riding off that high after Bout It. You know what I'm saying? Like it's was Swamp Nigga.
That was on TRU.
TRU.
The double.
The double.
Right, that was after Bout It.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, because if you listen to it, all Bout It samples from the movie is in the record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was influenced off that Bob James record. I ain't gonna even lie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's where, you know what I'm saying? It's like that was one record that every producer had is one record that they're hearing like, boy, I wish I would have made that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, just like you look at Bob James, Earth, Wind and Fire, Isaac Hayes, you know what I'm saying?
Willie Mitchell,
Barry White.
Oh my God.
You know, James Brown, of course, and when you listen to that, see, we come up off of that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that the way we make music now, especially at No Limit, you didn't have time to think.
Mm-hmm.
That's why none of that shit was mixed properly. To where, and another reason why we did so many songs back then, because the artist didn't have a choice.
Mm.
It was either this is what it is. So if you miss out, they waiting. So we not gonna miss a spot date.
Yeah.
Now you may come from being 3rd to 7th or 8th,
Mm-hmm.
but when it came down to when we was doing Swamp Nigga, is that's you on the hook.
Yep. Swamp Nigga. Swamp Nigga.
I don't know what song I got it from.
Yeah.
But he said it, I sampled it, and I just hit it in a higher key to speed it up.
Yeah.
That's how I got, because it was something that you said it was lower, it was slower than that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sampled it, no, it was the right pitch. Is what I sped up when it goes swap.
Yeah.
That's the part I sped up.
Yeah,
I hit
sure
that
did.
in a high key, and it's just like by him doing that, I don't know where the fuck it came from,
Mm-hmm.
but when he did it, I sampled it,
and
I built the beat from around there. You know what I'm saying?
But it was P. I think P came with the like I'm saying, but where this dude come from with these ideas, man? He like I'm saying, it had to be the beat, cause Kel had the beat. He had it doing what it was doing. He came with swamp nigga. I'm a swamp nigga. Swamp nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then it just stuck, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's something that P do better than any rapper?
Mm-hmm.
He know how to simplify his flow to a simple beat.
Ride that mug.
It's like some artists take beats and compete with the beat. Mm-hmm. Instead of like, let me see what I can do to get on this motherfucker to put my stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was like, I have that live with Mystical though, to where the beats that I make are like, nigga, this it? He's like, nah, that ain't it. But the one I like, man, I ain't feeling that. Nah, nigga, that's the one.
Damn.
You just never know.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when it came down to making that, just say that TRU album was probably, to me, the most fun out of any album.
Oh
Yeah. Put it like this, anything that P did, it was in a don't give a fuck attitude, in a don't give a fuck. Anything and everything counted.
What was it that made it so damn fun?
Because we went up in there not knowing what the fuck gonna happen.
We just did us.
We just did it.
We just did us, man.
That album had no rejections. Whatever we did, that's what it was. There was no second guess. If you made a beat, he pulled it up, rapped on it. It was never a moment of, I don't like that beat.
Yeah.
But you got to understand the songs that didn't make that record. that's out there somewhere in wherever the rest of that shit is.
And I think that was the first project that was just so unapologetically New Orleans, bro.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Because now you done pissed me off. Y'all done put out hundreds of records, and you mean to tell me all the music still ain't even out?
Not on a double CD.
And that's a
On
double
that.
CD.
Yeah.
So what happens to that extra music that y'all made that never comes out? Folk just don't know what the hell it's at or what?
It's somewhere sitting where the rest of that shit is.
Or some went on other projects.
No.
None went to another project on that one?
Mystical was the only one that recorded exactly what he was going to put on the record.
Yeah, you're right. We were doing so much work, I take that back.
And
we
it was
didn't
like,
spare anything else.
now, they may have had beats that spilled over to the next project,
But not songs. Yeah.
Not songs.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Because P-Ho thing was, I'm going to give these motherfuckers more. If they going to spend $20, they going to get more than $20 worth of shit.
They bang
right.
for their buck. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's why the double CD was so important. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's why every No Limit release was 20 songs or more.
better. Yep.
What was the point in y'all careers that y'all felt like y'all were really a force to be reckoned with inside of the music industry, and they had to respect beats by the pound?
My first experience of success was in Ohio. When I first
Went to that stadium? Oh, my God.
first time when I saw the reaction off a record that I produced, which was Bout It. When I saw the reaction off that record, I was like, I'm from New Orleans. Because just understand this here now.
Mm-hmm.
No Limit is big. But it's like New Orleans really didn't play a lot of our music. Probably like the singles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as like support, like as far as from some like radio, they played our shit,
Yeah.
but they didn't go all out with our shit.
Mm.
Just the fact that No Limit had that success, they played it because, okay, this is the #1 record company in the world. We have to play their shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, we gonna play this shit because this is our shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Mine when we got that Ice Cream Man plaque. We got the plaque. And we started looking at Billboard. I'm like, oh shit, this shit real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then P took a whole ad out in the Source with a whole page with Beats by the Pound on it. You know what I'm saying? And then P started coming up on the covers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
When you brought that up about the Billboard, I'll never forget. It was 1998 now, which was our biggest year. The top 100 Billboards. We had 16 albums on that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word.
16.
Hence, the most powerful people in hip hop, when they told y'all that Beats by the Pound, they felt like y'all was some of the most powerful people in the game at that time. Did y'all understand where they were coming from with that? Because nigga, you got 16 damn chart topping records.
That one we got nominated for the Power 30 in the Source,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like, my moment, Wilson Boy, right? You know where I'm going with this. The producers of the year.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Vivica Fox.
Oh yeah.
She was the announcer.
Mm.
So
For the
she was
producers of
we
the
have
year.
the producers of the year. She said we have Swiss Beats, we have the Neptunes,
Mm.
we have Timberland, we have DJ Premier, we have Beats by the Pound.
What? Okay, okay.
Sound like, okay.
She said it like that. There, you
She
hear me?
said it like that.
Yeah.
And this one I really like, man, people know us, bro.
Yeah.
No. We walking up there, right? So while we walking up going to the event, Faith Evans, hey, Moby Dick.
Bro, I I was scared. She just.
So I'm like, bro,
That killed
like,
her.
nigga, motherfucker, know her. Because you got to understand this here. Like, when we did those beat battles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, my nigga, I didn't know what the fuck to play. Because just think about this here. When you record an artist album, you don't have to see that artist until next year.
Yeah.
This how the Beats by the Pound rotation went, how we did it. Like, the first album we recorded. So, once that album done, who's ever on the tail end of this album is finishing up, and and whoever else is starting on the next one. So just say if Moby started it, right, and I'm finishing it. While I'm finishing it, Odell and them then already started. It's like
On
a
the
relay.
next project.
It's like a relay.
It never
so,
stopped.
So we until like a couple years ago, you gotta understand this shit was done in '98. We produced our last music in '99. I really didn't know what was good, the hit records off these records.
We was constantly working.
When we was doing these beat battles, other than probably the singles like "Make 'Em Say On," my nigga, I didn't know what the fuck to play because I didn't know what we didn't get to enjoy our moment when No Limit was the shit because we stayed in the studio.
My God. So what was that like?
I was in the crowd and motherfucker, man, play this. I never get when we came here when it was me, Toomp, and Manny. T.I. was like this here, he'll go to Manny, play this here, bro, I'm telling you. If you do that, it's done. He'll go to Toomp. Nigga, you know what we get down with. I'm telling you, run that one. They coming up by me. KL, listen to my nigga, I promise you. If you play this one, it's over with. So I'm basically listening, and okay, I'm just playing shit, and then motherfuckers in the crowd, man, play this here, play that. I never knew Freak Hoes was big.
What?
My God.
Listen, I promise, my nigga, I didn't know Freak Hoes was that big until when we was on the Legends tour and man, what's your boy name? Man,
Future redid it?
Yeah,
Future redid it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that fucking record was that fucking big.
What?
I'm like, God damn. I promise you I didn't. Until we're like, but it wasn't our fault because we didn't get a chance to enjoy this shit while we was making it. Like we was what they said, an assembly line.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what we did, bro. We were just album after album after album. We had to do this shit for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, years.
So y'all speak of that assembly line. Now answer me this. Do y'all feel like maybe that's just what it took for it to be as successful as it turned out? Because at the end of the day, they call it striking while the iron is hot. And y'all were hot as fucking fish grease and striking.
It was absolutely necessary, man. I feel. I mean, because to me, and I know, not just to me, I'm pretty sure that these two gentlemen on the side of me could really agree to this. That will never happen again. No. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? And we not only did it for No Limit, we did it for the South, we did it for the culture. I mean, you got to understand how many people, even like P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying, all the other execs, took a page out of Percy Miller's book, man, of how he did that.
Right.
And he couldn't have did that without our assembly line. You know what I'm saying? There's no way it could have been done. You know what I'm saying? And I would do it all again. You know what I'm saying? We would do it all again because it made all the difference, you know, and made everybody know what hustle was all about. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the music. You had to have something to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we didn't get to mix all those projects like we really wanted to, but we just, like I'm saying, we were already engineers, so we actually were mixing as we were going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those tracks were 2 tracks. You know what I'm saying? So we would, as we doing the beats, as we laying it, Craig B, him, me, Odell, Los, we mixing it as we going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was the assembly line. Like, if you have, I worked in the assembly line before, you know, in plants and stuff like that, and I know what you're talking about. It requires that type of effort, that type of quality control as much as you could do it, man. So yeah, exactly. That what that experience was.
Are y'all aware of the impact that y'all made and the contributions that y'all made to the South and hip hop in general? Do y'all feel the love? Do y'all understand exactly how serious it was? Because like you say, if you weren't out there during that time because you were so busy producing it, you might not realize that niggas was going crazy to that damn music out here.
I didn't. I'm starting to find out now, mainly like since, because it's to a point to where you know when you part of something hot. But see, this is what people understand. They know beats by the pound, but they never saw them niggas. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where I remember like Manny invited me to an event that he had at South by Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember me and him walking up, and he got bum rush.
Mm.
And I stepped back and I was watching. And I'm like, God, because I know he just wanted to go get this and knock it out. But by him being who he is, he just can't say, man, look, I don't feel like doing that. Manny is a real humble motherfucker like us. You know what I'm saying?
Great person, man.
But even though if he don't feel like doing it, you'll never see it.
Yeah.
But I just stepped back and watched that, like, God damn, man. And I can imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to go to the mall, I'm going to go do that, to where all that attention is just going to come.
Yeah.
So I stood back there and watched. And there's one person came up there. Man, you look familiar. And I'm like, nah, I'm just here with Fresh. He's like, oh, all right. So he said that, and he started looking like, I know this nigga. So man, like, come on, KLC from Beats by the Pound. So everybody was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just knowing that, like, just, you know, at that time of our height,
Yeah.
that we really didn't care about being in the. You never saw us in the video. We didn't give a fuck.
I pretty much was the only ones in there.
Yeah, because you was an artist.
I was singing the hook.
Oh, you were singing the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's something that we really didn't care about, for once. And second of all, it was like, we didn't have time to get it up in there, because if, like they say, if one of the links off the bike come off, the whole fucking chain gonna fall.
Yeah.
So none of us didn't have the time to get away from doing this shit. Or it was gonna throw the rhythm off of all of that shit.
I remember we came, I don't know if you remember this, Beehive. We came here for 2 days. We did 2-day shows back to back.
Mm.
And I think we did Bounce and we did 557. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget. I didn't know. I know we was, like I'm saying, we were on the charts and all this type of stuff, but just to see the real reaction, especially in the cities such as Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You already had your own thing going, you know what I'm saying? And when we went to, I don't know if it was 559, but I think the stage had collapsed, you know what I'm saying, one of those,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And when we finally got to do the show, we're looking at people in the audience with, like, mesmerized with their mouth drop. Like, I can't believe what's coming through these speakers.
Right.
And then when, see that About It? See, that always had to be the last song of the night.
Yeah.
When you play About It, we already know it's time to get on the vans.
Yeah.
Because they about to tear this motherfucker clean.
Everything had to be prepared to go. The trucks had to be the van had to be turned around.
Yeah.
No backing up, you know what I'm saying?
Him and Craig B, because we used to play, the show used to be do the show dat. Remember the
On
show
the dat tape.
On the dat tape. So they used to be in the audience. So they had a whole different experience than what we had, because we on the stage. Remember, like you said, I was an artist.
Yeah.
So I'm on the stage with the rest of the artists. I'm singing the hooks and stuff. They're in there, playing the show dat.
Yeah.
And we couldn't leave without them. You know what I'm saying? So, and they couldn't leave without the dat.
Yeah.
So like that About It, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we going through all the song, but we had to say About It for last.
Right.
Because that was something, I don't know what it did, that siren, that lead.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a rap. You know what I'm saying?
when Bout It went crazy, and then it was became a part of hip hop's lexicon of you bout it, fool. Everybody was saying bout it, black, white, Asian, Latino. It was part of everybody's dictionary, and it was one of the biggest songs of all time in hip hop. What was going through y'all mind at that time? Because that was kind of like the launching of that Ice Cream Man album.
That was part 2 on Ice Cream. That Body 2 was part 2.
Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was on the TRU, what they had. That was Big Ed getting cut across his chest.
Yeah.
Big Ed.
That's the first one. And Ice Cream Man was part 2. But
You talking about the making of it or the response
response
from it?
Yeah, the response.
The response.
Like,
Okay.
because it's like I when I found out the success was in Ohio. We had a show there. The venue wasn't big enough, so they moved the show to like a fairgrounds where they race horses, and they had a goddamn trailer that opened up to a stage. They had to bring it outside because the venue wasn't big enough.
My God.
And that's the first time I actually saw, like, I produced a record that the world liked.
Not only the video,
Right.
captured the visual side of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that was a definitive, that video right there. Then we had a whole movie that was named after that
Exactly.
song, bro.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
like you said, it started off with Meal Ticket.
Exactly.
But the core of that song came from that production right there. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it was a whole, like you said, it became synonymous. It became a lexicon.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So it became language in the culture. And it really personified everything about us. Just that phrase, I'm about it. I mean, down to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that became everything from that point on because P really found who he was
Right.
on that. Because, you know,
Right.
before that, he was just dibbing and dabbing. And everybody have their influences, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be Scarface, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Sebo, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was still, because you understand, like I said before, he's not only an artist, man's a CEO of a whole movement, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he, as an artist in his creative side of things, you know, he was still searching.
Right. And that was more too like, when I'm not to cut you off, more too like with his sound, to where like when he got when we came, I ain't gonna say he got us or we got him. When we came together, and when we did Fuck Them Hoes and Bout It, he was finally relieved, like, I got my sound.
Yeah.
Because you gotta
back
understand,
home.
like, he was in the Bay Area he worked with a lot of great producers like E.A. Ski,
Yeah.
L. Eaton, you know what I'm saying? K. Lou. He worked with a lot and more outside of them. But he wasn't their priority.
Real talk. Just to put it in allegorical terms, when he was out in the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was out there doing what he had to do, but he was eating, you know, musically.
Oh, DJ Darryl too, myself.
Darryl, too.
DJ
Yeah,
Darryl.
So he was eating a whole bunch of burritos and tacos, and you know what I'm saying? He was getting fed that. But when he sent for us, man, we bought gumbo with us, melatones, crawfish, etouffee jumbo. We bought that he remembered.
Exactly.
Oh, I could be me.
Yeah.
Unapologetically me. So, you know, he started talking the language, you know, and but he always did say from the time when he was in Bay Area, before we even got there, he always did represent New Orleans. So always did. He a country boy from New Orleans, and he was in the Bay Area getting his grind on.
No, he tried.
He tried to, yeah.
You remember when were you up there when we did Bounce That Ass?
Yeah, I was up there.
He had the idea of what he wanted to do, and he had some producers do it, but the Bay Area drums is not bounce music. I came up there with an 808.
Exactly.
And that was a rap.
Answer me this, fellas. Towards the end of y'all stint at No Limit, was it that y'all were burnt out and y'all was tired and like, you know what, we've been going hard for 5 years straight, we burnt out?
Oh, no, we was just getting started.
Wait a minute.
We were just getting started.
No, it became uncomfortable to work.
Okay. God damn, nigga.
Yeah.
5 years and you just
We
get
was just
started
getting
after that
started.
zone?
We didn't stretch out. Real talk. We really didn't
We
stretch
didn't.
out.
It got to the point to where we was most stressed of how we saw it going.
Yeah.
Like the minute he started playing basketball,
It wasn't the same.
that became the beginning of like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yep. And why are we doing it?
And, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like anytime it came, where the success came with us and No Limit was,
Family
if
first.
we had a situation, and it was never like we had problems, but it came to the point to where we needed, man, look, we need to think about and reevaluate this shit.
Yeah.
When he started playing ball, he changed his number. Then we had to talk to somebody, to
Yep.
talk to somebody, to talk to him.
Okay.
So when we talking to that somebody and that somebody talking to that somebody and talking to him, man, them niggas tripping,
Yeah, the
which was
communication.
never the case.
Damn.
But the point was, my nigga, you was either in the office or say, bro, look, this was going. We need to boom, 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 and then that was it.
Or
Yeah.
cuz I need you to go somewhere with me right quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I need you to go
So-
take this ride with me, you know?
Right. So once the message come from us to him to him to him, he's sending it back from him to him to him to us.
So you know
So
how that
in
communication
between,
happens.
in between that, it's like we don't know what the fuck happened. We just know what we just heard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then after that point, he wasn't even trying to hear it of us saying, nah, that's not even a deal. So let's talk so we can tell you about what's really going on without that.
Yeah.
That's what it became down to, you know, and
Distorted communication, man. That's what
perfect
it was.
example of that.
What was it like for y'all after leaving?
Oh man. Well, you gotta understand, Move Bitch came out of that.
Yeah.
That came out of that, you know what I'm saying?
That and we was blocked from a lot of shit. Well, put it like this here. Ironically, last year in 1999, nobody didn't want to fuck with us. But 1998, we sold 30 million records. Now, where does that add up?
You know. Well, it
That's
was
crazy.
Making Power 30, that's when when Power 30 meant something. Like
Yeah.
when you saw that shit, you're like, okay, these is the big niggas of the industry for this year. We made that. We sold over 30 million records. And within a couple months, after us leaving, because we tried to work this shit out. It's not like we was like, man, fuck it, man, we gone. We ain't nah. We actually tried. As a matter of fact, we met with him at his house, but nothing came out of it. He just wanted us to listen to his album that he did without us, and wanted to know if we was gonna be part of it. But we was trying to talk to him about things that was a concern. But he had his mind made up on this what he wanted to do, so nothing came from it because he had the album done already. No, I think it's like the thing about it is like this here, is that the one part of the biggest success of No Limit based on P was good because it was like he didn't know what a dope beat was. Like, you know, a nigga he'd be like, "Oh fuck," and like he didn't. Everything about every beat to him was neutral. He just heard a beat. Come on, let's go record that home. He never questioned it. He never looked at. He didn't look at a regular album filler or About It or Down for My Niggas different. So that's where the success came from, because he never questioned the pound work. It's like, whatever them niggas give me, I know it's gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it's not when it wasn't that you wasn't getting good shit, because Don gave him a couple hits. You know what I'm saying? But when you have chemistry of what the people want to hear, it's always said. It's like, you look, have McDonald's ever changed the
The Big Mac or the fries?
Big Mac or the fries?
At all. Not at all.
And how long they been selling that shit?
Years.
Okay, now, so the point is that, and it's not that the other shit is bad, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I fuck with the Mac rib hard. You know what I'm saying? It comes seasonal, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you just can't cut off something and just bring something in instantly and think it's going to stay working. You just got to kind of, you know what I'm saying, weed yourself in. But, you know, it was to the point to where when you that big, and this way the downfall come, to where you never question about our production, what you got on it. It was just like, we were like, fuck, just get on the beach, you're going to be all right. But when you get to the point to where you feel that I could do this shit on anything, that's where you really much is like, okay, that shit's not working. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime a person will make this statement that y'all niggas think beats made me, okay, it's on your conscience right then and there. You're thinking about it. But the point was, when we was rocking with him, he never had that to say about nothing. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that it's not the producer that came after us. It was the people like, what you gonna do without the pound? To where it kind of took all the attention off the good shit the other producers was doing. Because once No Limit was based on the sound. Cash Money was based on the sound. You know what I'm saying? To where like, when you have that, people don't want to hear nothing else
But that sound.
They want what they want.
They want what they want. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it was that I think more of P was, I think his ego stepped in, because the way he started acting at the end of this kind of falling off, it never happened like that with all of the success.
How do you feel like that success changed y'all and everybody that was involved in the movement?
It affected people differently from person to person. You know, real talk. All of us had our experiences. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, you know how they say all good things must come to an end. You know what I'm saying? But it was like it was a good ride, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm appreciative. It was a good ride, and we enjoyed it while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? And we had to look up and answer a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing now. You know what I'm saying? And it was real, man, because it's like one day, you know, you on a high horse. Next day, you know, it's obscurity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because and then somebody else had to come up and rise to their prominence. You know what I'm saying? Other Cash Money for existence.
Yeah.
They were already on the rise. Not saying they were ever garbage at all, but you know, and the good thing that they came from the same city and the same part of the city. You know what I'm saying? Just right across Claiborne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that to me in itself is like, oh yeah, it's like relay. You know, we passed the baton to them, laid out a good platform to them, man. You know, like I'm saying, hats off to P once again. And then Baby knew what to do. Oh, we got it from here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we need, oh man, let me tell you something. We had put in 5 strong years of work. We needed a relief.
Yeah.
Real talk. We needed to sit back and just do us, be us, see what regular life is all about, be with our families. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out and just, you know, breathe. 'Cause I'm saying, like, 16 albums on Billboard at one time. Most of those albums had 20 or plus songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of them, you know what I'm saying? and it took some work to do that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't no magic trick. It wasn't, you know, like I'm saying, it wasn't digital.
Yeah.
This was tape, man. Right. Not only tape, but let me add this point. At 5 o'clock, where the building we were working at,
Oh, man.
the air conditioner went off.
Ooh.
So we in there half naked, shirts off,
Cooking up dope.
sweating. It was an actual sweatshop.
Yeah.
So we in the sweatshop, and ADATs get hot. We outwork them.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And we outworked the machine. So like I'm saying, everything that went into that, you know what I'm saying, it was work, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, to me, actually, it was like a breather.
Yeah.
Not saying that we don't like to work. We loved it. We loved every bit of it. I mean, we wouldn't take none of it. But I think it was time for somebody else to come in because we had really dominated everything.
Yeah.
It was like we were hogging the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't passing the ball to nobody.
Yeah.
We got this shit. We scoring shit.
Exactly.
We scoring, woo. But we got other talented members on the squad that's from the same, you know, so
Right.
so we did what we did, and if we wouldn't ever sell another record from this point on, our statement was made.
That's right.
Just like Barry Sanders. He held that record for how long, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
You got it was one thing I could say though, to add to that, what Moby was saying was this here. For the pound, it was needed.
Oh, man.
We didn't have a life, my nigga.
Absolutely not.
Dang.
We did not, like I said, an artist can make an album, and you wouldn't have to see them until next year or when they're gonna turn out their next one, or if they're gonna come in for a feature. Once this album done, we already on the next one. When we at the end of one album, is we're at the beginning of another one. So that shit happened for an entire year. What is 52 weeks in a year, something like
Yeah.
that? So just think, every two weeks for an entire year, we dropping music, 20 plus songs. So we didn't have time to breathe. We didn't take vacations. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a life, my nigga,
Yeah.
as far as the pound. Everybody had the chance to enjoy they shit. But us, we didn't have a fucking life, my nigga. I mean, for that. And it was even like that. I'm not going to say it wasn't like that. We had a little, leeway like the years before. But the years before was probably just as hard, but not as much work because we putting into building this bitch.
Real shit.
Trying to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't forget we
So-
scored a movie, too.
We did not. We did not have a life, bro. We didn't have a life. You know what I'm saying? It's like Moby had to come up in that nigga. You going home and sleep or what?
The dudes just sleep in the studio. Real shit. He used to sleep in there and say, bro, you need to go. And I used to tell my cousin, say, bro,
All the artists had houses but the pond.
we need to get us some houses up here. Real talk. I mean, we running this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
KL sleeping in the studio. I'm staying over here at the resident, and also at the I had already had a house at some apartments down the street, but KL, he was still staying in the city.
Right.
I'm like, man, need to get my nigga.
Right, and I remember when shit started, when we started consistent like that, and it was like got to the point the way when Fiend got his apartment, I started staying with Fiend, but Fiend, he started getting his life and all, so I just couldn't be in there. You know what I'm saying? And then back to the studio, and then Fiend finally got his crib, and then he had more room, and he would come there before he had a girl, you know what I'm saying? They came in and he welcomed me to stay because they had a room, but no, man, this is your friend.
Exactly.
Back to the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until we finally got, started getting our shit.
Yeah.
And, that was pretty much kind of like almost at the end, you know what I'm saying?
But we still hardly didn't stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We still were working, you know what I'm saying?
In walks Don Juan.
Yes,
Talk to me.
Well, some big ass shoes. By the time we came in,
Yeah.
and the pressure was, 'cause we dealt with bounce music and it wasn't said, but kind of felt that we were trying to make stuff that sounded like, my people, my brothers.
Yeah.
That just wasn't gonna get it with us, so we just kind of stayed with our vibe, doing what we do. So everything that he was jumping on really wasn't fitting, and wasn't really listening to us. He had a bunch of yes men around him telling them, yeah, they sound good, but we wasn't rocking with that. So turned out the stuff he did with Weavy, those were like the good records that came out of our adventure with him.
Exactly. Talk to me about just the downtime, though, fellas. I mean, post No Limit, Soldier Slim passes.
Right.
How does that impact everybody?
That impacted the city.
Oh, my God. He was our pop, bro.
Yeah,
That
Here's our
impacted the
pop.
city, bro. It's like this, it was Slim like,
that Mike KL.
It was like if you had a problem with Slim, if he was right or wrong, you had a problem with the city. You know, it was just that simple. As an artist, not as the best lyricist, because nobody outspit gangster shit than him. You get that clear. But as an artist, no one is bigger or impact the city like him. Like today, it still stands like who's the favorite artist from New Orleans or Slim.
What was it about Slim and his personality that resonated so real and so tough with the city, though?
He stayed in the streets after success. He stayed with nothing about where he went changed. You know, he knew his restrictions on like I am who I am, but he still made it to a way to where like I'm not bigger than what made me. So I'm not gonna run from these motherfucking people and just stay away from them when these are motherfuckers that kept me up when I was coming up.
Yeah.
So his energy stayed. His energy was the same, or it boosted, or it boosted with the people. He never went away from them.
Man, and on top of that, he was the ambassador for every street nigga in New Orleans, man. He talked that language unapologetically. He didn't give a fuck. He was talking about, yeah, he done knock your bitch off. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He didn't care. Like Kale said earlier, if you felt some kind of way, you're gonna hear about that on the record. And I think that ultimately became his demise. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's not here with us now, because like he didn't fear death. That's a whole nother thing. He didn't fear it at all because like he was out there. You know what I'm saying? He knew what came with the territory. And like I'm saying, he wasn't just a rapper. Before everybody was saying, I'm not just a rapper. You know how they say that nowadays?
Not a rapper.
Like a trend, I'm not just, no, that was Slim. That's real talk.
But he showed it instead of
showed
saying
it. It wasn't just saying it. He was out there. You know what I'm saying? He did jail time. I will never forget, man. One of my fondest memories of Slim was that he one of the most prepared, regardless how much he was in the streets, he one of the most, if not the most prepared artists at No Limit or I ever worked with.
MNC.
Him and C. But let me tell you, we got Slim after he came out of prison. He had did a bid. You know what I'm saying? And when he came out, you know, you ain't got nothing but time when you're locked up. Man, this dude came out with tablets like this here of songs, bro.
My God.
Already ready. Just give him a beat.
Whatever
he
beat
put on
was
a
played,
beat.
he had something for
He
it.
had something for it. Cal put on a beat. Cub put on a beat. Put on a beat.
Anything you pulled up,
He had something for it.
he had something
You
for
know what
it.
I'm saying?
Everything.
The most prepared artist, prolific, and he was a storyteller.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a storyteller. He was like how they call Jonesing out here.
Yeah.
We call it ribbon. You know what I'm saying? Where we from?
Yeah.
He would get under your skin and make you feel some kind of way. And then even if he wasn't talking about you, if you fit, like they say, the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? He'll make you feel like he was talking about you, and he really wasn't. You know, because a lot of stuff is typical, and he would address it. You know what I'm saying? And he was just, I mean, but the thing is, man, shout out to Daniel. You know what I'm saying? He made the biggest song in his career that he didn't live to enjoy.
My God.
You know what I'm
Slow
saying?
motion.
That slow motion,
slow
but
motion.
him and Juvie, man. I mean, he got before that song really, because it was just sizzling. It would I would say it was bubbling, and then it just did. I think that his death really helped bring it even. It was already a banger without his death. You know what I'm saying? But his death brought even more attention, man. And I just wish he could have been here
Experienced that.
and enjoyed that, man. Because I really man, that I was not only was if he loved you, he loved you, bro.
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally. I love that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And if he didn't deal with you, stay away from him.
There was no gray area.
Yeah.
Stay away from him. Real talk.
And it was more like, and then his unselfish, like that when he did slow motion, they did that for Slim record on Koch. He said, Juvenile, man, here, you got to take this motherfucker. You on Universal, nigga. You on a bigger platform than me. They going to hit me more. No, he'll say, nah, they going to see Slim.
Yeah, real tough.
They going to see Slim more if you had it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Juvie did it for Soulja Slim album on Koch, but Slim gave it to Juvie because he's on Universal, on Cash Money.
Yeah.
He was a bigger artist, so he
He said,
understood
man,
the
they'll see
dynamics
you.
of it.
They'll see me with you having this record more than they'll see me having this record.
Exactly.
And how old was he then? That's at a young age, but he had been like no more than 20. How old? He was like 20.
Like his early 20s.
Yeah, bro, like no more than 23. Having that type of vision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When the Pimp passed, Pimp C, an honorary member of the group,
Of course.
what was that like? And when y'all saw that, how did y'all, I mean, just living through these things, man.
I gotta tell you this story. I'll never forget. Was it you or I called Craig B? I turned on the radio and something wasn't right because they kept playing. One day you hear, next day you're gone. Back to back. And I was like, and I just had this feeling like, why are they playing this record
You know, it wasn't a good
that
sign
many
at all.
times?
Yeah.
Not a good sign at all.
And when by the time I got to the studio, they said Pimp had passed. I think it was you or it was Craig B. I called.
He called me.
I said, sit down. Because I
That
know,
was me. That was me.
I know
Yeah.
if he knew, first
I
thing he would
would
say, I
call him.
already know, bro. I called him. I said, bro. He's like, what's up? I said, sit down. I said, no. I said, oh, you sitting down?
Yeah, I remember. I'll never forget it.
He said, okay, I'm sitting down. I said, bro, Pimp dead, bro. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, bro. This shit, turn on the radio, you gonna hear it.
But the crazy part about that, I was living in Wichita, where I'm at now, Wichita, Kansas. I had just opened up for Pimp. He had did that bid. You know what I'm saying? And he had got out of jail, and he hadn't been out of jail, I would say, about a month. And he did the show in Wichita, Kansas. And the promoter just saw fit, say, man, this, it makes sense. You 1 hour. Even though I'm not from there, Wichita consider me one of their own. You know what I'm saying? And they said, we need you to open up for him. You need to be the one that come on right before him. He was running late, and one of the promoter's drivers went to go get him because he had flew into Oklahoma City, which is, a more affordable price to fly in. You know what I'm saying? Wichita is not a bigger airport as Oklahoma City. So then went to go get him, and they were running real late. So he got in about 1 o'clock p.m., you know what I'm saying? My bad, a.m., which is about an hour before the club closes down.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just, restless and stuff, not knowing if Pimp is going to show up or not. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden I hear somebody come on the mic and say, man, I heard my nigga Moby Dick in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody started looking at me, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember I just opened up, and this was like about 30 minutes before he showed up.
Yeah.
You give him the fuck? You put it on him or you put it in him? Everybody thought, oh, yeah, he know you. He know you. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know what I'm saying? We dapped up, man. Like right when I came backstage and saw him, you know what I'm saying? He was about to go on. He did his thing. He do what Pimp do, man. I mean, he tore the club up. You know what I'm saying? And after the show, we dapped up. We met him at the hotel, and my stepson, you know what I'm saying? We got him an autograph for him where he was staying at. 2 weeks later, I get that phone call when he was telling me about, oh man, I just seen this dude. And I knew him. To me, it was really weird because I knew Pimp. Pimp never stayed at no hotel by himself. He always had somebody there, you know what I'm saying? Because he hadn't already just went off out here on the radio. He already went the fuck off, you know what I'm saying? And he was a smart man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He, and just like Slim, he wasn't a selfish person. So he always liked good company, good conversation. And he,
Good
like I'm
people.
saying, I'm the one that brought him to the tank as a feature, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, because we not only did we have a working relationship, we became brothers. Him, Bun B, Dober D, shout out to Dober D, Bird. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? The whole clique, Miss Mama West, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I stayed, when we did the Brick 'em Off song, we did that at Pimp C's house in Port Arthur. Cause P was staying in Houston at the time, and he wanted another run with UGK post player from the South State. Geez, he just wanted another look at it. So I'm saying, so he said, man, I need another song for this Ice Cream Man. We need UGK on this one, man. So Pimp already had the beat, you know what I'm saying, into that, and I just did my thing to it. P came back, picked me up, put his thing on it, and that song became what it is now, you know what I'm saying? But the history with him, it hit me in a certain kind of way, because we all just building our own personal relationship. KL, he loved Craig B, he loved everybody. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had his little differences with my cousin, but thank God they worked that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Before he passed away, you know what I'm saying? And last time we saw him, like I'm saying, we saw him collectively was with when he became a artist with Rap-A-Lot. But
Right.
like I'm saying, man, it hit real deep. It cut real deep, man, because it was personal. I seen it as a family member, just like Big Ed and Slim. It was like, man, it was just one of the saddest days of my life, man, real talk. And I still don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? I'm still really pissed off about it.
Yeah. C Murder and Mac go to jail for the long haul in this thing, man. I mean, what's going through your mind when you thinking to yourself, we were just dominating the world together.
Right.
And now these brothers are doing decades behind these walls out here in these streets.
I couldn't believe it, because I remember, for whatever it was they had against him, I'll never forget that the guy who they claimed that actually did it turned himself in with the Mac situation.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, we got who we wanted.
I think it's done by design myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't have evidence. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Louisiana has its own way of its own justice. You know what I'm saying? Its own
Right.
Freestyle legislature. You know what I'm saying? They freestyle a lot down there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we the only one with parishes. Everybody else have counties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So their justice is, I guess it's just them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to
big.
say, so we still feel some kind of way. We're waiting on Mac to get out. You know what I'm saying? Mac has been, just recently, it came across the
They say
news.
the governor
Gave him
clemency.
We thank God for that, but but the thing is, we got to set him free. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to say this and put this in the tabloid. Man,
Put him on these streets.
put him back with his family, put him
Yeah.
back with us so he can come back
Right.
and go crazy on the mic.
Exactly.
Do what he do, you know what I'm saying? See, that's my cousin.
That's right.
We always say free him, you know what I'm saying? Free BG as well.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
BG.
saying?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, we don't believe that people should be caged up for your rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? That really don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And especially if you're people in our industry and the way things go, like things that happen to Jam Master Jay, Pac, Biggie. I mean, who gonna protect us? We gotta protect ourselves, man. I mean, I remember getting caught at the airport with the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they went through my luggage, you know what I'm saying? We had to travel like that. I mean, you gotta think, after Tupac and Biggie, in comes the No Limit movement, you know what I'm saying? We got some stories, Pierre told about it, you know, where they drew down on us at in Universal City.
Oh, man.
The
for
police
comedy
department,
show.
yeah, man, they drew down on us. I mean, I'm talking about
Guns
high-powered weapons. I mean, behind, you know, because Snoop had came into an altercation. But make a long story short, man, you know, we're the only artists that get penalized or charges put on us because of our name. Let's see, murder, Mac, camouflage assassin, and our lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, you have movies out here that do way more damage, man. Because not only is it sound, it's pictures. So you know what I'm saying, cowboys and Indians and so on and so forth, man. They put that art out there. You know how they say life imitates art and art imitates life. I don't think nothing's more impactful than movies, but they want to, you know, because it's our culture, something that we built. You know what I'm saying? Now we got brothers like Mac, you know, just because of that, and I figured they already had something that was designed. You know what I'm saying? Like to use rap as a tool to incarcerate our people, man.
Did y'all have to deal a lot with the hip hop police giving y'all hell the whole time?
I remember probably, and this is probably a time when we were at No Limit, kind of right before that big 98 year. This around the Ghetto D album, right before the big year in 97. And I remember it was times to where we was getting followed to where they probably trying, not fuck with us, but probably trying to extort us.
Damn.
You know, we're mainly P, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, still the ground, you know, he did, and, you know, and eventually, you know, we kind of eased off of doing shows. And then, you know, eventually that's when we hit with that big tour. But, yeah, every now and then, you know something go wrong. We say, look, man, we got to have this meeting.
Mm-hmm. And then it didn't help that P had a house in the country club that was by the governor and all this type of stuff or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want us back there, especially the type of music that we were making. We were getting all kind of flack from that because all we was doing, just like Ice Cube, was reporting what we were seeing, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, had some commentary to go with it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, they didn't want us to have that type of power, you know, and, you know, rest in peace, you know, Prince, Michael Jackson. You know what happens with the masters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other thing they don't want us to have those. So they're going to come up with situations, they design and fabricate situations to really make us look bad and send, like, that's where I always feel like somebody's watching me come from, in the feds, you know what I'm saying? And how P did the treatment with the feds, how they was like showing the people that, hey, you looking for something else, but we got CDs over here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We doing, this is an honest business, whether you like it or not, but this is a legal business that we doing. Your people been extorting us and eating off of us, been parasited off of us I'm talking about from James Brown, rest in peace him, and also Sam Cooke. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know our history now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We know our history. We know what happened. We know what's going on in Aretha Franklin. We already know everything, how they, you know, the Jackson 5 and all that, how they just use us as food to eat off of. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we found a way to reinvent ourselves, and we always are going to do that. So that's where they bring in them hip hop police, man, and just to keep those prisons filled, man.
Right. That's why I be more picky about who I do interviews with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm not gonna sit up here and do an interview for views. I gotta connect and I have to really fuck with this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I feel.
You know, so, and then the right words in the wrong hands.
Yep. It's a whole nother ball game.
Right. You know, so that's why it's more of like, you know, that, because at the time, like, when you reached out after Moby did his, I knew you, but I really didn't know you how I know you now.
Yeah.
And so I watch movies, I watch Fiends, I watch your boy and them who was with Luda, the group.
Which group? Field Mob.
Field Mob.
Yeah.
So even though I knew just by Moby and Fiend doing it, it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That, you know, that was my confirmation.
Yeah.
But when I watched Field Mob, that's not to a movie. it's about that time. Just set it up.
Yeah.
But in that time, a lot of dumb shit got in the way.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck it. When that time gonna come, it's gonna come.
It's gonna be the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then at that time, I'll be like, then I even know him even better to even open up. Because like the Snoop shit, is like when I told you about the story about the dog, it's like certain shit you just don't give to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure it's the right platform to where, you know, you could take anything that can be some shit that they can start some bullshit to get the views up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's why, you know, you like they say, your words could be your weapons. Or they could take your fucking words against you and use it as a knife and stab your ass with it.
Exactly.
And
You know what I'm
behind that dude, that's why, you know,
Right.
he reached out to me. I felt the spirit, and that's why we're here.
With that being said, though, fellas, the documentary.
First of all, are you going to be on it?
I'm here for it. You see what I'm saying? You know I got a lot of shit to say. Hopefully it don't turn to the Behind the Beats by the Pound documentary because I got a lot of shit I want to say.
The first question is about you, shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm
No,
here
I'm
for
asking
it.
you, what about the documentary?
I'm here for it. Whatever. I'm
Be
here.
honest with you,
Okay,
man.
now we got that out the way.
Yeah.
Beehive really was one that said, you know, I think I first mentioned on the first interview.
Yeah.
And he said, man, when Beehive reached out to me, like, say, man, Mo. You know what I'm saying? The shit y'all did for hip hop, for the culture, man, y'all story got to be told, bro.
Exactly.
Man,
And he said,
always
and
say
I
that.
want in.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make sure. And he say, man, this is what we gotta do, Mo. What we gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? It takes somebody like yourself who really understands it. You know what I'm saying? And appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? And we figured that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we came together under the umbrella of Beast Spot, under the platform of No Limit. You know what I'm saying? We came together there. You know, we really appreciate. Make this clear. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate P for providing that platform. We don't want to get it misconstrued that he put it together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We came together. Me and Kel seen that. Yeah, we here. We occupying the same space. We doing great music. We're not selfish people. By the way, both of us are cancers. You know what I'm saying? In the month of July. You know, shout out to the
My
cancer.
mama a cancer too.
Yes, indeed.
So
Shout
I know
out to
y'all
the
niggas
cancer.
is some motherfuckers around here
Our
too.
girl-
Y'all get busy.
Yes, indeed. Our girl Mimi, she a cancer. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mimi.
Yeah,
out
y'all
there
don't
in
play.
Bama. And we ain't playing no games.
Y'all
you know
with
what
that
I'm
action.
saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so we just had a kindred spirit off top. It was a vibe, it was an energy, and we just saw the need to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm saying, man, we was gonna get this dude a menu. Oh, wait, what you want? Lobster? You want shrimp? You want crawfish? You want steak? What you want? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give it to you. And the fact that the Most High created, like we said, we already had met one another in Morgan City, like you mentioned earlier. And we said, when we put this together, bruh, it's just like putting together a dream team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when that boy headed over to the Lakers, when LeBron went over to the Lakers, they already knew it was gonna be special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just saw that and like say, man, let's run with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did, bro.
I can dig it. I
Right.
can dig it. Lastly, fellas, how can these folks contact y'all? And is there anything else y'all want to get off your chair?
Well,
So
as far as
we
my you know, I'm very active on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you catch me at KLC the Drum Major.
Spell it out.
At KLC THEDRUMMAJOR.
And catch me at THEMOBDICK. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram. I'm pretty much primarily, I run my thing from Instagram. But, you know, Instagram has this feature to where, you know, you can share it on the other platforms like Twitter
Yeah.
and Tumblr, you know, and Facebook. So it's still the same, THEMOBDICK. And watch out for the documentary. It's real.
I
You know
can
what I'm
dig
saying?
it. All right.
Oh, one more thing. I can't leave this out. My man just dropped a project
Oh yeah,
called The Drum Major.
Come on.
self-titled KLC the Drum
KLC
Major.
Drum Major in March. And I dropped one in February called Unapologetically Moby Dick. And Fiend dropped one. You know what I'm saying? So we basically like on No Limit run again.
Exactly.
You know Give them a nice little feel. And they're all dynamic projects.
Thanks.
KL has been, but we've been waiting for that project for I don't know how. You know what I'm saying?
It's on some.
It is on some real stuff. Who all you got on that project?
Shit. You know, I got my tank people, Fiend, Serve, Mia, Mercedes, you, the rest of the pound. I got Daz,
Snoop,
Juvie, Snoop,
Six Shot, Fiend.
Oh yeah, Fiend. I say all Fiend, Mia, Serve, Mystical.
Yeah.
BG.
My God.
Oh, I got one with BG and Slim on there that together called Break Bread.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Snoop. Oh man, I got one with Juvie, Slim, and Snoop called Hold It Down.
Damn.
Bananas project, man, and don't get it. He's spitting his own self.
Yeah. And then one with Daz and Slim called Where Them Hoes At.
What?
Yeah, Moby on the hook.
Yep. Yep. So we smoking, man, and then I got a project. You know, I put out, you know, pretty much my like almost like my curtain call and reinvent myself pretty much after this. You know what I'm saying? But I got, you know, some artists that I've been dealing with through the years. Like, you know, I like to keep it, you know, like dealing with the underground. I'm still an underground person. You know what I'm saying? And it's called Unapologetically Moby Dick for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm addressing a couple of things. And I'm just still being me.
That's right.
And I'm going to shout out a couple of artists like SC Trill, Travana. You know what I'm saying? I got a local guy here by the name of shooting a video tomorrow with Lico Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's just to name a few, man. The guy by the name of, we out of Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's on the project, you know what I'm saying? Dope artist, man. So, yeah, man, we laying some real stuff. Fiend got a real dope project, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we it's great. We still working, we still alive, we still alive and well and kicking it. Oh, he's part of, look at that shirt, get that shirt.
Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday. And he's a producer and he also a member. He's an MC as well.
Album coming soon.
Album coming soon, man. Look out for that, man. We working. And we out here.
How can they follow you, Dama?
FULLPACK_music, full pack music.
Bet it up.
Shout, rest in peace, Big Fest. You know
Yes, sir.
One more thing. I forgot I got to bang on that with Lil John, too.
My God.
Trail.
Woo! Lil John, Fiend, and Serve, Trailer Trail, and Six Shot. And I got my artist, Fat Tuesday, which is Calico, Down Wine.
What about the boy that did that Duffy joint?
Oh, Paco.
Charles Clear.
That's on there.
That boy hard.
Yeah, you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Album coming up next.
Yeah.
We working on this album now.
Yeah, that boy hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he on there. As a matter of fact, Duffy on that remix.
Ooh.
Yes, indeed.
I'm glad y'all did that. Because that was it.
Which
That one, that Duffy. That was it.
Did he co-produce that with him?
Yeah.
That was it right there. That video did it.
Right?
Yeah,
That was really about it part 2. So y'all got to
right.
The way that song felt and the way it was going,
Yeah, we bringing it
that
back.
was it right there.
Yeah. Oh man, and I can't let this go. Oh, since you asked about the documentary soundtrack.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be hard.
We're gonna
That's gonna be hard.
That's one of the reasons why we up here.
Yeah. Oh.
So shout out to Paco Clip. We got a plethora of
Calico,
old artists.
January
Calico,
Walker.
yeah, Donnie Arcade. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the artist I had a brain freed from. He actually from Cleveland, man. So we got a plethora of new talent that we're going to put a gumbo with some old talent.
Exactly.
We're gonna do that beats by the pound thing. You heard me?
I'm loving it. Well, fellas, appreciate y'all stopping through this thing and hollering out of playing this thing, man.
Always, man.
Ready, bro.
Let's
get it.
Beehive Radio, shout it, beats by the pound. Holler at y'all in a minute, man. We go.
Yeah.